Let's go. Disturbing Lost Media from the Internet, Volume 3. We watched Volume 2 last time. It was pretty dope. So let's watch Volume 3 today. This video covers 3 disturbing pieces of lost media that I found on the internet. Quack Black. Thank you, Ozon, for the toss. That's a decent name there.
The year is 1970. The television industry is at its all-time high, and riding off its success is a genre of entertainment that has already begun to bloom. Television game shows.
3 people will compete today on Jeopardy! And now here's the start.
If we look into this era of game show history, we see exponential growth of famous shows such as Family Feud.
Yeah. Legendary one right here, bro.
And the $20,000 Pyramid.
This is the $20,000 Pyramid.
What is this?
Today's special guest.
But amongst the battle of these household names was a lesser known show. Successful, yes, but not enough to become worldwide mainstream. The show was called the $25,000 Great Temptation, or Great Temptation for short. Great Temptation would make its...
I'm tripping because I thought this nigga just said $25,000 Drake Temptation. I'm just, either this nigga Drake has taken over my mind or I'm tripping. I swore he said Drake Temptation. I swear to God I thought he did. I was like, what? I was like, what?
The show was called the $25,000 Great Temptation, or Great Temptation for short. Great Temptation would make its debut to Australian television in 1970. On the Channel 7 network, also known as Channel 7, the first of many episodes to come would go live. The game show's premise was similar to that of another game show called Sale of the Century. There are 3 contestants on stage, and each is given questions that they must answer. If a contestant answers correctly, a set dollar amount gets added to their total score. With this money, the contestant in the lead can make small purchases throughout the show, or a more risky option was to save up your money, and if you win, you will receive a major prize at the end of the show. In the following months after this show's premiere, they would begin to film episode upon episode. Up until this point, the production of these episodes would go almost uninterrupted.
But
until
then...
disaster struck.
Oh no, who died?
Thank you very much, Max Rowley. Evening all. Welcome to the...
Is the volume low for you guys? Or is it just fucking me? Let me turn it up for y'all, my bad.
show. $25,000 Great Temptation. $25,000 Great Temptation.
It's somewhere in 1970. On this particular day, they were filming an upcoming episode for Great Temptation. As usual, there were 3 contestants, one of them being a woman named Valerie, and the other 2, unknown. The host of the show, Tony Barber, began to ask questions, and in short time, Valerie had taken the lead.
Nice job, Val.
Despite attempts by other contestants to overtake Valerie, she remained in the lead throughout the whole duration, and it looked as if she was going to be this episode's winner.
But then...
once the show had reached its end, the host Tony would announce, "Congratulations, Valerie, you've won." In a matter of seconds after this, her body went limp and fell to the ground.
What?
The room went silent. Everyone was confused. Maybe she had just passed out from shock. Regardless, EMS was called to the scene. Sometime later, the floor manager came to everyone with tragic news. She had died. The cause of death to this day is still unknown.
Damn.
Most likely her heart stopped working or something along those lines. This was a tragic ending to the shoot, and for obvious reasons, the episode never aired. It just sat untouched. It's one of those lost media cases where the media should just stay lost out of respect for Valerie and her family. After this incident, the show would continue for another 5 seasons before shutting down for good in 1974.
That's just...
To me, I don't
shitty.
think that there is any way this piece of lost media will ever be unearthed.
That's just
The only
shitty.
people who will ever get to witness it are the ones that were there watching it live. And for them, it will stay lodged in the back of their minds forever.
I'm just wondering who's getting that 25 grand if it ain't her. Going to another contestant, or like, what are we doing now? Realistically, like, R.I.P. Val and all, but loading.
Current
Avoid.
destination. The void. Unprepared.
Siegfried and Roy were a German duo that performed various skills live, such as magic
Oh, please don't have this
and
be
dangerous stunts.
Don't Dick Grayson us, bro. Do not Dick Grayson us, nigga.
They were popular among many for their daring tricks with lions and tigers. These two animals are extremely hard to tame, and on top of that, just one wrong move and it could be all over. Siegfried and Roy first met on a cruise ship that Siegfried was performing on. While Siegfried was performing, he asked Roy, who was a staff member at the time, to come up on stage and help him with the performance. Towards the end of the performance, they eventually brought out a live cheetah on stage.
Oh, you wildin'.
For this, they were both fired from their jobs on the cruise ship. Despite this, they realized as a duo they had potential
Okay.
and stuck together while looking for other job opportunities. In 1960, they landed another job on a New York cruise ship.
They said we could do it bigger
This new
than
job is where
bigger
they
than
would
last
really
time.
hone their skills of performing with dangerous animals. Over time, as they got better, they started performing all over the world. And in 2003, they would land a performance in Las Vegas. A performance that would end in pure tragedy.
Damn, that's one of the biggest places to have a performance too. It almost doesn't get any bigger than Las Vegas.
People all over the world are following. For the first time today, Roy Horn's neurosurgeon talked to the media and said it's all but miraculous the illusionist is still alive.
The show starts off as usual. Trick by trick, the audience becomes more and more amused. However, around the 45-second mark, tragedy struck. One of the tigers suddenly pounced on Roy.
Damn.
The tiger then began to maul his neck and drag him off stage.
Damn.
As the tiger was mauling him, people in the audience started bolting to the exits. In the matter of seconds, someone picked up a fire extinguisher and sprayed the tiger down with it, subsequently stopping the attack.
Was it
From
seconds
this,
though?
Roy was bleeding profusely and was instantly rushed to the ER. From the attack, Roy sustained permanent impairments to his motor and verbal abilities. He was also partially paralyzed due to a stroke he had during surgery while they were trying to save his life. After this, one of the spokesmen from the event came out and stated, "If that animal intended to harm Roy, it would have lasted 2 seconds, and there would have been no need for a hospital." If we look at it this way, we can begin to realize that the man was pretty lucky. If the tiger really wanted him dead, he would be dead. This incident made news headlines all across the world, and
just
with this
wanted a snack?
exposure came many.
What the hell do you mean? I just wanted a snack? What does that mean? It still ate my neck. You just wanted a little taste of me? Just a little, like a little. I just want to give you a little nibble. Like what the fuck?
If the tiger really wanted him dead, he would be dead. This incident made news headlines all across the world, and with this exposure came many films created about it. In 2004, shortly after the incident, the Discovery Channel aired a show called Anatomy of a Tiger Bite, which used Roy's incident as the main example. The show included a 3D recreation of the attack that was created with the use of audience testimonies.
Oh, that's on my neck.
And then in 2019, a documentary by ABC called Siegfried and Roy Behind the Magic was created that goes over just about everything you need to know about this case. These are just 2 examples of the publicity it received. Online, there is no footage of this attack. Not a single person in the audience was filming.
don't
However,
believe that.
unbeknownst to the public, administration of the show had cameras rolling the whole time. These cameras captured just about everything. The moment the show started, the tiger attack, Roy getting dragged off stage, the audience freaking out, absolutely everything. Out of respect for Roy, these
Don't put
tapes
that
were
up.
never released, and probably will never be released. But out there somewhere, they exist. The tapes of a man getting mauled by an animal that he had trained with for years. An animal that he trusted with his very own life. It's 2006. A SWAT team sent by Dateline NBCs to catch a predator is getting ready to bust open the doors of a house that belongs to a 56-year-old man. The plans on his arrest are based off a sexually charged
You're hot
conversation
and in
online
college.
between him
You can
and a
get all the guys you want. Why me?
supposed 13-year-old boy.
To me, you're hot.
The man's
A
name
13-year-old. Go ahead. Go ahead.
conversation online between him and a supposed 13-year-old boy.
Did he say he was 56? I'm sorry. I
It's
just don't understand how we're not
2006.
shooting
A
niggas.
SWAT team sent by Dateline NBCs to catch a predator is getting ready to bust open the doors of a house that belongs to a 56-year-old man.
56. Okay.
The plans on his arrest are based off a sexually charged conversation online between him and a supposed 13-year-old boy. The man's name is Louis Conrad. Besides being he's a district attorney in the state of Texas, well respected among his community. So it would come to everyone's surprise who he really was behind closed doors.
Don't trade it, Luke.
It all
okay?
started when Louis began having a conversation online with one of the show's decoys. This conversation continued for a good while, and plans for him to show up at the Sting house were arranged. This never happened though. So Dateline decided instead of him coming, they will come to him.
Yeah.
In the state of Texas, an explicit conversation with a minor is illegal.
Yeah.
So a search warrant was
As it
successfully
should be.
issued to his property.
You shouldn't need any more than that. That should be all the proof. Like, if that's not in every state, that's crazy. That should be all the proof you need, nigga. If you say, I don't give a fuck what you say. If you just say, send me a picture of your feet, banned. I don't give a fuck. It's like, I'm tired of, oh, we don't have enough proof. We don't have enough. Nah, bro. What do you mean? This is enough. This is enough. Becky, will we ever watch the BBL Drizzy samples? There's BBL Drizzy samples? There's BBL Drizzy samples? Oh, we gotta see that after this. We gotta see some of those after this. We got to. It would be crazy not to.
And on the 5th legal, so a search warrant was successfully issued to his property. And on the 5th of November 2006, Dateline's team and the local police show up to Lewis's house. Upon knocking on the door, there is no reply. Inside the house, a TV and a computer are on. With this information, police suspect that he's inside hiding. So a SWAT team is called. After a 45-minute wait, the SWAT team arrives. There is still no sign of Lewis inside, so they decide to bust open the doors. The SWAT team begins to clear room after room, and out of nowhere, Lewis runs into the hallway with a pistol in hand, repeats the words, "I'm not gonna hurt you," and takes his own life.
Oh my.
He lay there lifeless in the hallway as the SWAT team watches on.
This is
Outside, everyone is confused, wondering what that loud cracking noise they just heard was. After about 5 minutes, the SWAT team emerges, and soon, everyone is notified about what happened.
Lieutenant Adina Barber of the Murphy Police Department comes out and tells us what happened.
As they made entry, they confronted the suspect. I believe he's in the hallway, and he told them he wasn't going to hurt them, and then shot them in the head.
And he had a pistol in his hand.
Small caliber.
The local police were surprised at this sudden turn of events because most of them knew this man personally and never thought in a million years that he would take his own life. This was
Probably
a
never thought
major
he'd be
slip
touching
up on
13-year-old
Dateline's
boys
part.
either.
And following these events, the show would be subsequently cancelled in 2007. Today, everything surrounding this case has been made public, such as Dateline's footage, the chat logs between him and the decoy, and even the crime scene photos.
Oh wow.
But there is one
What
piece
about
of
the video?
media that still has not been released to the public,
Not the video of him shooting
and that is the
himself.
audio recording of Lewis's final words and the shot that ended it all. Because this audio tape was never released, we will never be 100% sure on what his final words were. Most people that witnessed it recall him saying something along the lines of, "I'm not going to hurt anyone." But given the circumstances, nobody could really recall exactly what his final words were. This piece of lost media will most likely never surface the internets. The only people in possession of it are the local PD and Dateline NBC's crew, so it's still out there somewhere, and it's sitting untouched as one of the most disturbing pieces of lost media we have ever seen.
That was a good video, bro. That last one was. I never actually heard about that. You guys sounded like you knew way more about it than I did. I've never heard about that case ever. That's pretty fucking creepy. A WVid by Unreal aired as usual. Disturbing Lost Media Volume 3, bro. Shit. That ended the show. I don't think I've ever heard of that show. The only To Catch a Cheater I know of is the one in Connecticut. That's the only one I know of. I didn't know there was one in Texas.